How's it going, y'all? I'm waiting the obligatory 10 seconds because every time, I guess, YouTube waits 10 seconds before it starts to broadcast. So I don't want to get cut off. Doop, doop, doodly doop. What's up to all our sidekicks and henchmen out there in the Geek Nation? I hope you can hear me. I have a new setup that I'm trying out where I've got the phone, but then the phone has a headphone cord into it so that don't get the feedback loop that happens, which is really frustrating. And I'm here to bring you a couple of Thunder Rounds. Thunder Rounds are 60-second reviews that we generally do over at the Spoiler Alert podcast, the weekly comic book discussion show, where we take 60 seconds and we do a review. So today I'm going to be talking about Legend of Korra Turf Wars #1. I just read it. I'm a huge Korra fan. I'm a huge Avatar: The Last Airbender fan. And then I'm also going to do a quickie on Green Lantern 80th anniversary one-shot, which has a bunch of, it's a 100-page super spectacular is what I'm told. So my wife just gave me money. That's cool. It's mine now. So yeah, I got 60 seconds on the clock, and then I will do a review. So if you haven't seen Last Airbender, Avatar: The Last Airbender, or The Legend of Korra, I highly recommend both of those shows. It starts off a little for the younger set, but as it goes on and moves forward, things get darker and more interesting. And it's one of my all-time favorite cartoons. Actually, I believe on the Gutter Talk podcast, these two were the top two cartoons, was Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra, going up against all of the other cartoons in sort of a March Madness style voting segment. But basically, Legend of Korra ran, on television and then ended. But the creators of the show kept the story going in comic book form. So it's not like a lot of comic book adaptations or tie-in books where basically this is what happens in between episodes. Those don't really interest me too much. I'm more into continuing the story in canon. So they did that with Avatar: The Last Airbender, and they're also doing it with Legend of Korra. The first 3 are called Turf Wars. It's a 3-parter. They come out in these little guys, tiny little digest size trade paperbacks. And so here's volume 2 as well, and then volume 3. And then after all 3 are out, they'll make one big book with all 3 books. But I've only read the first one because I was just so curious. So I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock, and I'm going to start it. So basically, this is, if you're a fan of Legend of Korra, I highly recommend this. This feels exactly like the show. It's written by one of the co-creators of the show. The art is really fun and fluid and a little bit sketchy, but it still maintains the quality of the cartoon. And basically everything that the show led up to, this now picks up and runs with it. Korra and Asami in the spirit world, getting their kissing on, and coming out to Korra's parents and stuff like that. I'm not going to tell you too much about it. There's a new threat even. But basically, if you like the show, I think you're really going to like the series. I highly recommend it. Yeah, it's got the same fun, the same humor, the same pathos. It's got everything you like in the show, and everyone feels the same. It's not like the voices feel weird and different. Yeah, I really, really like this, and you should definitely check it out. Nailed it. So someone had responded to one of my other earlier Thunder Round videos and was like, great idea, but you're not actually reviewing the thing. You're just telling us the plot. And I was like, oh snap. You're right. That is what I did. So basically when I do these, I'm very nervous, and 60 seconds goes by so quickly. And it's all off the cuff. It's not like I script any of this. I think that's evident. But yeah, I'm trying to do better at actually saying my thoughts on the book and not just telling you what the book is about. And I just turned off the one camera, so that's great. Let me fix that real quick. Doing it live. Boop. There he is. That's me. I've got this new phone fiddle diddle, and what? Now it's sideways. Ooh, what? There we go. So yeah, the phone keeps slipping. The one day I was trying to do a live stream, and it slipped so much that it actually pressed both buttons and was calling 911. So that's cool. All right. So yeah, has anybody else read The Legend of Korra comics? Have you watched the show? Do you love them both? Hit me up. Let me know what you think. The next one I'm definitely going to read. I'm definitely going to go to volume 2 and check that out because I really like the first one. It's real cute, and it's a breezy read. It's real quick. Next up, Green Lantern, 80th anniversary. So this comes out today. Today is New Comic Book Day, and this just hit shelves, and it's got a bunch of different segments by a bunch of different creators, including James Tynion, Gary Frank, Jeff Johns, Ivan Rice, Cullen Bugg, Doug Mahnke, Dennis O'Neil. I assume this is Denny O'Neil's last story. Ron Mars, etc. I'm getting comments. I didn't even look at those. You're going to review Justin Jordan's Dead Body Road? Probably. Which story did Cullen Bunn write in Green Lantern? I'll tell you. He wrote the Sinestro issue or segment with the art by Doug Mahnke. Max says, nailed it. Thanks, Max. Appreciate that. All right. I'm gonna put 60 seconds on the clock. I'm so nervous. I'm terrible at this. Boom. There it is. So I stopped reading Green Lantern when Jeff Johns left. I figured that was it. He did all he was going to do. Everything after that, Robert Venditti, didn't interest me very much. And I was very excited reading this issue again. I thought I was done with GL, but I want more of this. I want more issues where we get to look at different Green Lanterns throughout history by different top-tier creative teams and bring me back some more of the classic, what's his nuts? Kyle Rayner, my personal Green Lantern. Give me some more Alan Scott. There's so many great stories in here by great teams. My favorite one is the one where Hal Jordan is out in space. He lands on a planet. He doesn't know where he is, and he's using the last of his ring to send 3 messages, and they're very heartfelt and lovely. I don't want to spoil the end of that, but that's a great one. I love stories from Sinestro's point of view. He's always fun. And also, damn it, end of round. This is great. I want more of these. These are fantastic. And also, I chose the cover was by Ivan Rice, and it's basically the Infinite Crisis cover because you've got kind of the douchey Superboy Prime, and you got what's his name, Cyborg Superman, who's one of my favorites, and Black Hand from the Blackest Night. So yeah. Oh, and also you got some Guy Gardner in here. That was great. Anyway, this was a bucket of fun. I really like this, even though I'm not really interested in the Grant Morrison Green Lantern that's going on right now. That is not for me. When I heard that Grant Morrison was going to be taking over GL, I thought, mwah, chef's kiss. What a perfect combination. And I find it to be really dry. It is a struggle for me to get through. I know a lot of people are really loving it. And Grant Morrison is, take him or leave him. Sometimes he's great. Sometimes he's a bit much. I'm spending today reading Swamp Thing in preparation for Sunday, says Max. Thank you for bringing that up. So this Sunday, we're going to be live streaming at like 10 or 10:30 a.m. for the Spoiler Alert comic book discussion show. And while we're going to be talking about some of the books from this week, we're also going to be cramming in there a book club discussion. And that's going to be Alan Moore's Saga of the Swamp Thing, Volume 1. And so you can please join us for that. I think we're going to start live streaming at 10 a.m. on Sundays for the Spoiler Alert. And it looks like we're going to be taking Spoiler Alert and Gutter Talk and amalgamating them into sort of like a half and half show. So, yeah, so let us know if that interests you or if you like them as separate shows. But basically, we're going to be doing like the weekly comic book reviews and then it'll lean into more, I would say, umbrella discussions about the goings on in the comic book industry and comic book movies and what have you. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today, guys. If there's anything you want me to do a Thunder Round, let me know. I'll do it for you. I don't have standards, so if there's anything you want, you tell me and I'll bring it. I guess that's it. I hope you guys have a great new Comic Book Wednesday. Go to your local comic shop, buy all the new books, enjoy them, hit me up, let me know what you're enjoying, and I will talk at you later. That's it. I'm done.